Ooh, that's a tough one. Hey everybody, what's up? We're actually both in the same place at the same time, so this is pretty fun. We put out an MRJ Live hashtag, so we're going to be going through those on Twitter and answering some of you guys' questions.
And if you guys didn't know, I have a Twitter as well. You can find it right down here. That's at Mike Herder.
Alright everybody, so I'm opening my phone and we're just going to scroll through the MRJ Live hashtag and hopefully answer some of you guys' questions.
Alright.
So, first question, Maya93 asks, how did you get into K-pop?
Well, I got into K-pop because of you.
Yeah, I kind of got him into K-pop, but
yeah.
I got into K-pop in 2009. I saw the ad for Chocolate Love, the phone, with SNSD and FX, and I had no idea who or what this music was, but luckily I stumbled across some of FX's music on suggested YouTube videos, and then I was able to look them up, and I found out about SM Entertainment, and I found out about the entire K-pop industry and all the other companies and other groups, and I just liked the sound of the music so much that even though I couldn't understand it, I just couldn't help but like the sound, and I've been listening to it ever since.
How I did it was because of him. He was sending me like group suggestions to like listen to. He had me listening to like SHINee and Girls' Generation, but I kind of ignored that at first. But I was randomly going through YouTube, and I kind of came across this one video that caught my eye, and it was Orange Caramel's Lipstick. And I don't know what it was, but like I had to keep clicking the replay button, and it kind of went from there, and that's when I jumped on like SHINee and Girls' Generation. So, and I was like in the same way, like even though I didn't understand the lyrics, there was just something that like was way different than like what I was listening to originally. And
yeah,
it just connected there.
Yeah, they definitely have a different sound within K-pop, and for me, it really doesn't have to do with like the lyrics. It's the
no, not even.
Yeah, the production itself. So even though I can't understand the lyrics or I miss most of the meanings, I have to look them up. Just the sound of the music is like what I like. It's kind of what I want to hear when I'm listening to music. So
I don't know. I feel like K-pop was more positive.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I felt
Absolutely.
super positive vibe from like the whole genre, like and yeah, I definitely noticed the production value. Like the music videos were way high in that production, and I was like, oh my gosh, these guys pay attention to music production.
Yeah, and the thing about the positivity and the like uplifting sounding music, there's not a whole lot of that. Like in American pop music, it's gotten kind of dark, it's gotten kind of gritty.
Yeah.
A lot of shock value, and to have something that was really positive and uplifting and extremely complex, it was just like all the things that I wanted to listen to in music. So
yeah, and that definitely changed like your perspective on music too.
Definitely.
At least I felt like it did.
Yeah, once I knew that it was out there, it was like, well, our current music industry is kind of lacking this kind of sound. It's been around in the past, in the 80s and the late 90s.
Yeah.
But it kind of went away for a while and it hasn't really come back. Little things here and there, but I'm glad that someone is making uplifting music somewhere and pushing the boundaries of pop music, and right now that's K-pop. So
yeah, I agree.
Okay, who are your favorite members or member in Super Junior?
I can't pick one.
Yeah, I can't pick one either. We were having this discussion last night.
What were you like? What, top 5? I said.
Yeah, and I started thinking through the members, and I was like, well, I think Kyuhyun's probably got my favorite voice.
He's in my top 5. I would definitely say voice-wise. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but then KRY, all three of them, are awesome singers, and then Donghae and Inhyuk are kind of the dance squad, but I like their music.
I like both of them.
Yeah, they're great singers
Everything
too.
they release is really good.
Yeah, and Kangin has like a lower kind of gritty, more like a rock sounding voice, so I really appreciate his voice. It's lower register, kind of like mine.
But then you got like Ryowook, who can, he's got the melodic kind of voice. It's soothing, but he can sing high. It's really difficult to choose only one member of Super Junior. If I had to, I'd probably say Donghae. Yeah. Like, realistically, for me, I would say Donghae.
If I absolutely had to choose one, I think I'd just go with Kyuhyun just because of his sheer vocal ability. Alright, next one here is from Kiboki, and they ask, are you going to review a whole album someday?
I did one, actually, a couple years ago.
You did one.
I did one. I did FX's Pink Tape, which we could probably post something up here.
Yeah, we'll put it,
like
it'll be right here.
And Yeah, I did. I broke down all the songs that I went through the entire album. So we definitely do that, and we've had people suggest that. And I was planning on doing Red Light when that came out, but I never got around to it.
Yeah, we're kind of really busy with school and
Yeah,
work and
so-
other projects. So if we have some time, hopefully we can.
But I
get
mean,
into
that's.
that.
I mean, I like the idea of doing album reviews. I think that'd be a fun opportunity, just
Or
for everyone to get an idea on the whole album.
even if we just review like some non-title tracks without a music
Oh
video.
yeah, no.
A lot of people ask me for that too, and again, it's one of those things. If I had like a lot more time,
Yeah,
I would do it.
Like live song, like live versions.
Yeah, and live performances too.
Yeah,
so it's more of a time factor. But if this vlog keeps growing, I can devote more and more time to it. I'll try to do more stuff like that. So, people have asked you which K-pop groups could cross over, and Super Junior has never been in your options. Why? A subunit maybe. I'm assuming you mean like crossover into the English-speaking, like American music market, and that's actually a good question. I think
I think they could,
Yeah, I don't know if a full group would.
but like
and-
Donghae and Jungkook probably.
Yeah,
could.
it's kind of unfortunate, but boy bands here still have kind of like that corny connotation to them, and Super Junior is not that at all. But unfortunately, most people are shallow enough that they're going to see a whole bunch of guys on stage,
and
go,
they're just gonna assume that's too much.
yeah, they're going to go, oh, it's a boy band, we don't want to listen to that,
Yeah.
which is very unfortunate because that's not at all what Super Junior sounds like. But yeah, I really think that a subunit like Donghae and Eunhyuk,
Or KRY probably even too.
yeah,
I could see it.
because they've done like some more like rock pop
Yeah.
stuff that could
Mhm.
fly here. It's kind of an alt pop
Mhm.
thing. They definitely have the talent. What I'm talking about is not really.
The group as a whole.
Well, it's not really related to Super Junior. I'm talking about how people are going to see them fairly or unfairly.
Oh, yeah.
That's more what I'm worried about. Not having to do with anything that they're lacking. It's just what the market and the audience is going to
Yeah.
immediately associate with them.
I
It
could-
could be. I could see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a subunit of some type
Yeah.
would probably be better.
Ease the people into it.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on KRY's voices? We already talked about this a little bit.
Mm.
I'm a huge fan, especially of Kyuhyun, but the other two, once Yesung was gone, I really noticed that I missed his voice in songs a lot more.
Yeah. I felt the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pay attention to his voice as much, but his presence is definitely needed. Like when they
Yeah.
did Mr. Simple and everything.
With the layering, he's
Yeah,
just
Sexy Free and Single.
Mhm.
Like his voice is an important aspect of that group.
yeah. All right, next question. Josephine asks, why did you choose to react to K-pop songs?
That was all on you first.
Yeah, I kind of came up with. Well, we had talked about it, but it was my idea to start doing the review/reactions, and I'd seen people doing the reactions, but I just thought I like to geek out about music. I work in the music industry. I write songs, I produce songs, so I just thought it might be a little bit fun to have a different perspective on things.
And you're always analyzing.
Yeah, I'm always
music.
analyzing music, and I just kind of geek out over it. So I thought, well, maybe like 3 people would want to watch it, but then
Yeah.
all of you guys are watching, so that's mind-blowing and awesome,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate it. But
Yeah, thank you.
pretty early on, I got Mike into it because he was starting to listen to K-pop too, and I
Mhm.
was like, well, Mike also does music. He works with me on a lot of projects, so I was like, hey, this would be good. We could both get our different takes on it. It would give you guys like more variety than me just talking for 15 minutes
Yeah.
for every single video, which has to be boring. And so we kind of just started off going that way and changed it up. And the second part of this question is, if you have an opportunity to be a member of any boy groups, which boy group are you going to choose?
I'll go first on this one so you can have your really
Go for it.
I think I would like to be. Okay, granted, I would need all the vocal training power in the whole world to like get this down, but I'm Vix.
Vix.
I would like to be in Vix.
You guys have to realize Mike's actually a really good singer. I pretend to be a singer in the covers. I'm not very good.
I'm okay.
I try really hard.
just
Mike
okay.
is actually a singer, so don't listen to
But
him.
like, I would think Vix would be awesome. That'd be. I mean, those guys. I would
Yeah.
love to harmonize with those guys.
that
Like
would be-
the harmonizing would be amazing. Like, obviously, I could say Shiny,
They're
but-
similar groups.
but I like what Vix has produced. Like everything they've come out with is solid. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
for me, I think if I would be dragging down any K-pop group vocally, and if I had to dance, I mean, that would completely be ruining the group. But if I had to join a group, I'd probably say Super Junior. Super Junior, I could kind of get away with blending in. Probably, I could maybe.
You could be hiding in the shadows.
I'd probably make them sound significantly worse, but at least I could. There's enough members, and I could hide behind them and not have to dance very well. And yeah, I'd probably pick Super Junior.
All right.
All right. The next question is from Burbacat. I think I'm saying that right. Are there any artists in K-pop who have impressed you in their live performances, and why?
Oh, like who's really good?
Yeah, like
live?
who has really impressed you?
I can
live?
go back to Vix again. Vix is always solid live, and Shiny's always super great live.
Yeah.
In terms
Well,
of continue.
Onu.
Just Onu. We can.
I've watched probably 500 live performances from Shiny. I think I've heard that guy miss 3 or 4 notes total, and he didn't miss them badly. They were just like a little off.
Like you showed me AOA today.
Yeah, AOA.
AOA's really
Generally
good, and I didn't
good.
know that. I like Orange Caramel when they perform live.
Yeah, they're usually pretty good. Sistar.
Sistar's really good
Usually
live.
really solid.
They're really good.
Mamamoo.
Yeah.
Actually, if I had to pick a girl group that really impresses me live, Mamamoo.
Yeah.
Um,
Everything I've seen from them is an A+.
Okay, next question. Cherry asks, what inspired you to get involved in the K-pop community, and how many instruments do each of us play? So I think we already answered the first one, what inspired us to get involved. The main overall thing for me, why I created this channel and why I brought Mike on board, we both just really like music. We produce music, we write music, and we both really liked K-pop, and we just I wanted to share it with people in the United States, because everybody who I was showing it to, even people like metalheads, were like, hey, that's pretty good, I might listen to that, and it surprised me. So the thing was, though, that most of those people would never find K-pop on their own because they don't know what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of made this channel, 1, to help share music that I liked with other people, and then 2, because I like geeking out and analyzing music, and I figured maybe a couple other people would want to, discuss things and watch me geek out about music. So.
And then what I've done is I've actually gotten, in terms of like the community, I've actually gone to like festivals.
Yeah.
I went to a Chicago Korean festival.
Yeah, and you've done to some dance.
I've done to
showcases.
some dance showcases.
Yeah.
So I've kind of gotten more involved with the people who do the dances, and they love K-pop enough to the point where they're starting to like perform it live and everything.
The Chicago community. You should
Yeah,
mention.
the Chicago community especially, and it's a very good community. Chicago has a very large community for K-pop
fans.
Yeah,
and
you almost wouldn't expect it because Chicago gets overshadowed so much.
yeah, and not a lot of groups perform here yet. Well,
Yet.
we're in Iowa, but here is in the Midwest.
But definitely, Chicago community is a great K-pop community.
Mm-hmm. And then instruments. My main instrument is trumpet. That's what I was like classically trained on. I learned, to read sheet music, music theory, classical, jazz, all that stuff. And then while I was playing trumpet in high school, we went to the same high school, by the way. We both played trumpet in high school, so that's kind of how we knew each other. And I picked up guitar and taught myself using like all the stuff I had learned on trumpet. I kind of funneled it into guitar and just watched a lot of YouTube videos of my favorite players. And so I play guitar and trumpet mainly. I play a little bit of bass when I have to, and some keyboards. Just like when I'm writing music, I punch things in on the synth keyboard. But
for me, I started on trumpet, not classically trained, unfortunately, and I really wish that I was kind of classically trained so I can better understand music myself. But I did go through whole like the music theory and everything. I understand how to read sheet music and everything.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got into guitar, not from him surprisingly. But I guess the band that I got influenced from was because of him, so in a way he kind of influenced me to play guitar too.
I guess.
He's the influencer.
Mostly Van Halen, though.
Mostly Van Halen.
Which is also what influenced me really to play guitar. Van Halen.
That's the reason I play guitar too. So.
Yeah, and Huey Lewis and the News, those two groups definitely influenced me to play. So.
Yeah. And on top of playing guitar, I can dabble in bass too. Every once in a while I can pick up like baritone and stuff.
Yeah.
If need be. But I also sing. Unfortunately, I can't play piano. I know, obviously, I can read the keys. I know where the keys are at, but I don't have a piano myself to play.
All right, Ginny Gui asks, I hope I said that right. In your opinion, would K-pop succeed in the U.S.? If not K-pop, then the K-pop style. I actually think that the style of K-pop could definitely take hold of the United States. And I think that the major labels here are kind of worried because they seem to be doing everything they can to kind of keep K-pop out of here, because it would present some insane competition.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
easily.
think of the artists that are on the radio in the U.S. right now. Then imagine putting the best K-pop groups up against those artists. The artists here, I think, would have a lot of catching up to do stylistically,
Definitely.
because the way that K-pop is kind of going right now, like we were talking about before, it's very positive, it's very exciting, and if you put that next to something that's kind of a little bit more depressing, I think people are kind of getting tired of always seeing, dark, shock value, crazy stuff, and just kind of negative music. And if you give them something positive that's really well produced, performed really well by really talented artists, I think a lot of people would definitely get into it. Or if there were artists in the United States that were doing something similar, which is kind of what we're trying to do with our cover group, and we're also going to be doing originals. And now the EDM scene is so cool throughout the entire world.
Yeah, and that K-pop is starting to integrate a lot of that.
Exactly. So we're also we're gonna be doing that, where we're trying to sort of integrate the EDM music and pop and sort of the sounds and styles of K-pop, but we're doing it in English, obviously, because that's what we speak. So hopefully other people will do that too. Obviously, we don't think we're going to be the only people, but I could definitely see a bunch of other artists kind of go in that direction. So, and I'd like to see it. So.
And then the big thing that they would have to do here was they'd have the artist would have to nail English down like to a T, because if it's not there, people are just going to be really critical and they're just going to overlook it.
Yeah, it'll shut them off.
Yeah, like they're kind of already transitioning into the U.S. is the amount of English in K-pop songs.
They use enough catchphrases, but the thing is, they have to use catchphrases that make sense and like fit with the song, because the American crowd is not a forgiving bunch, and it's unfortunate because people should give this kind of music a chance.
I think with how extreme like the dance choreography is over there, I think that would appeal immensely over here.
Yeah, it would.
I really think it would.
Look at the TV shows just for the dancing.
Yeah, that could be just the appeal alone. If it doesn't succeed in terms of like singing and out here, definitely the dancing will catch someone's attention.
Yeah, that's a good point. American audiences are going to just see that and be like, whoa.
They're going to be like, what did I just watch?
They're going to be amazed. So, okay, O Universe asks, do you watch dance practice videos? Oh, that ties into the last question.
It does.
If you do, which is your favorite from the videos you've watched? Exit or EXID, however you say that. They're up and down dance practice. And also Lovey Dovey. It's an old one by Tiara. I like the dance practice video. It's fascinating to watch because they're so good at it. But the music video doesn't show the choreography nearly as well, because it's all close-ups, and you don't get to see their cool shuffling thing. So the choreography and them doing it
really good.
It's so cool.
The footwork is insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that's probably my favorite.
For me, I really like it, and I know the video was awful, but I like Hello Venus's Wiggle Wiggle. I mean, as not great as the music video was, but the practice video was really good, actually.
Yeah.
And they included a move in there that they didn't include in the video, and I really wish they would have done it. One also I like the practice video of I Swear by Sistar.
Yeah.
That was a really good video.
Oh, the other one I just thought of, most of the Shiny ones are amazing, but the Sherlock practice video.
I don't know if
they're in like a narrow room.
I haven't seen
It's
that.
amazing.
I haven't
It's just
seen that one.
it's incredible. The precision is. I'm not a dancer, but I can just look at it and be like, wow, this is amazing. Also, who is your inspiration or role model?
The kind of like treatment that you go through and how the work ethic.
Yeah.
Tableau.
Yeah.
From Epic High.
It's a good choice.
Someone who, for one, can speak perfect English, so that would be easy on me. Two, he has a great work ethic, and I think that he would be a really good mentor. I think he'd be an excellent mentor. We actually just got one right now.
Last question.
Yeah.
All right. Kate says, in your opinion, what was the best comeback of 2015 so far, and why? Ooh, that's a tough one. So yeah, a couple songs come to mind. Sniper by Shinhwa. I thought that was really good.
That was a really good one.
Drama by Nine Muses. And then, of course, the other one was Love Equation by Vix.
And Vix pretty much can't do anything wrong at this point.
It seems like it. I mean, I'm sure they could.
They could,
but they haven't.
Let's stay optimistic with Vix.
Yeah, they haven't done anything that was, like, slackery.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, everything they do is, like, polished to perfection. You can tell a lot of work's gone into it.
I'd still say it's a little too early in the year.
Yeah.
We still have 9 months to go through.
All right, so I think that's everything. We answered a bunch of hashtag MRJ live questions. We'll try to do this again. Maybe do some live video chats. At least I might try to do that.
That'd be really cool.
Maybe on Google Hangout, and maybe some of you guys can even jump on and voice chat or video chat with us too. And of course, the text comments that everybody can type in, we can answer them in real time. So maybe we'll try to do something like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully we answered your questions well.
I think we did an okay job.
Yeah, I hope so. If you guys,
sorry if we disappointed anyone.
Yeah, if you have further questions or we didn't answer a question like you intended, just leave a comment and we'll respond to you. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.